Hi mentees, I'm Alex from Boldly. Resourcefulness is a really cool skill. It's a competency that's going to get you out of some sticky situations all throughout your career. But it's very hard to develop because it applies to so many different scenarios that you might come across. Anytime you need to be creative, to be perseverant, to have systems and processes and to be able to gain knowledge and intel to get an outcome, okay, in a first time or an unknown situation. So you know that end result that you're aiming for, but you just don't have a clear pathway. It hasn't been done before. This is when you're going to need to be resourceful. So some examples might be if there's an industry conference coming up in your home city and you know that you need to be there to meet some key customers, but the tickets are all sold out. You are going to need to be resourceful to work out how you get yourself into that auditorium. Another example might be if you have a key skill that you need to develop for your job, but you don't have a budget to go and take a course. Of course, you're going to need to be resourceful to work out how to acquire that skill or that knowledge without taking the formal course load. Another example might be if there's some industry intel that you know you need. So for example, some knowledge about a competitor product. You need to be ethical, but you also know that you need to find that intel so that you, your team, your product can be competitive in the marketplace. Again, being resourceful, finding other ways to get to your end result. So a few things help you here. One is idea generation. How are we going to do this? And two is self-coaching so that you can make sure that you're able to continuously generate more ideas and also judge their worth. So first of all, more ideas the better. This is a situation where there is no such thing as a bad idea. You're just trying to generate options. So you might bring in other colleagues to brainstorm, or if it's a smaller scenario, you might just sit and go through the process yourself. What are my options? Who can I reach out to? What can I Google? What kind of information do I already have in my hands? What have I seen in the past that I can reference? All of these questions that you'll be asking yourself, you just want to start coming up with a list. Depending on the scenario you're working through, come up with a list of all your options. Keep them all in there, the more the better. Out of 100 options, you might come up with 1, 2, 3 that are great. And of course, that makes it all the worthwhile. You only need those 1 to 3 right responses. So idea generation is really key. Keep your mind open so that you can keep coming through even bad ideas until you get to a good one. The second thing is self-coaching. As you're going through that process, you're asking yourself, what would someone else like me do in this situation? Who else can I be asking? What have I seen work in the past? What haven't I seen work in the past? These kind of questions are going to help you just connect dots. The third thing I'd say is to make sure that you continue to invest in having a growth mindset. You might have heard us talk about this in the past. It's so essential for your ongoing career development across the board. A growth mindset is really about seeing the glass half full, being the kind of person who says there's always a way, there's always an option. I know that we can fix this if we just keep working hard at it. The opposite to a growth mindset is a fixed mindset. You might hear your mental thoughts go through this idea of stop, no, don't, can't, here's all the reasons why it won't work. We mentally put the brakes on our ideas and it really squashes resourcefulness. So everybody does it. You don't have to, chastise yourself, but try to catch those thoughts and think there must be a solution. If I can just shift this into a positive, into a growth mindset, then I'm controlling what I can within myself to at least go out there and search for an idea. As we're earlier in our careers, we typically find that we're less resourceful because we're very concrete in our thinking. I don't have budget, I don't have connections, I don't have the knowledge that my boss has. And so we throw problems up the chain to our bosses for them to solve. But all that's showing us is that they're more resourceful than we are. So instead of throwing that problem to boss, take it as an opportunity to get some coaching, get some mentoring for them and say, boss, I don't want you to solve this problem. I'm going to work it out, but can I bring you into my brainstorming? What have you seen work here in the past? What should I be thinking? What should I be avoiding? Don't tell me the answer. Just let me leverage from some of your mental models and your ways of thinking. So move forward with this concept of positive thinking, lots of ideas, connecting dots. You never know when information is going to fall into place and allow you to solve a problem, but the mindset is the most key thing to start out with. Good luck being resourceful. Thank you.